The entertainment world is no stranger to drama, but when one of the biggest moguls in hip-hop, Sean Diddy Combs, drops a bombshell confession about his role in the rise of R&B singer Cassie Ventura, the story takes on a whole new level of intrigue. Recently, rumors exploded online about Diddy's intense involvement in Cassie's career, with some claiming it crossed into controversial territory. Now, the shockwaves have only gotten louder, with Diddy reportedly admitting to pimping Cassie for an astonishing $50 million at what insiders call Freakoff parties. This term alone evokes images of wild, secretive, and exclusive gatherings that only the elite of the music industry get to attend. But what does all this really mean? And how did Cassie, once a fresh-faced newcomer, become entangled in this complex web of power, money, and control? Today, we'll break down every detail, piece together the context, and explore what this revelation means for both Diddy and Cassie's legacy. Stick with me to the very end, because the deeper you go, the more jaw-dropping facts emerge. Cassie Ventura burst onto the scene in the mid-2000s, thanks in large part to Diddy's vision. She wasn't just any artist, she had a fresh sound and striking looks that instantly made her stand out. Her debut hit, Me and You, shot up the charts, making Cassie a household name overnight. Behind the scenes, Diddy was the mastermind, leveraging his extensive network and marketing genius to catapult her career. However, new accounts from industry insiders suggest that this rise wasn't as straightforward as it appeared. It was more than just talent and marketing. There were Freakoff parties, exclusive high-profile gatherings where deals were rumored to be brokered in ways never openly discussed. The phrase, Freakoff parties, has circulated for years in the hip-hop world, often whispered about but rarely detailed. These parties were supposedly invite-only events where influential figures from music, fashion, and entertainment mingled, often with a wild, uninhibited atmosphere. According to sources, these events sometimes blurred the line between business and personal dealings, where careers could be launched or stalled based on who showed up and what deals were made behind closed doors. Diddy's admission ties directly into these events. He confessed that Cassie's image, connections, and exposure were leveraged in ways that generated over $50 million in revenue, a staggering figure that underlines the scale of influence wielded during these parties. The word, pimping, in this context is loaded and controversial. Many interpreted it as Diddy controlling Cassie's career and public image to an extreme degree, to the point where she had limited autonomy. Diddy has often been praised for his ability to develop talent, but critics argue this admission sheds light on the darker aspects of the entertainment industry, where young women can be commodified for profit and influence. Cassie herself has rarely spoken publicly about this phase of her career, choosing instead to keep a relatively low profile. However, the implications of Diddy's comments have reignited discussions about agency, power dynamics, and exploitation in music. To understand this better, we need to examine the broader context of the music industry, especially the hip-hop world where Diddy made his empire. Diddy didn't just discover Cassie, he packaged her, polished her, and presented her as a brand. At Freakoff parties, these brands were currency, exchanged for networking, investments, and often more private favors. It's said that the $50 million figure wasn't just from music sales but included endorsements, appearances, and deals brokered in the shadows of these exclusive gatherings. These parties, while glamorous on the surface, masked a cutthroat world where control over image and access could translate into immense wealth, but at what cost to the artists involved? Cassie's career trajectory after her peak years was mixed. She released more music, ventured into acting, and kept a presence in fashion. However, she never quite reached the superstar level many predicted. Industry watchers speculate that her limited control over her career and the fallout from these party dynamics played a role in this stall. Cassie's silence has fueled further curiosity. Is this why she stepped back from the spotlight for so long? This revelation from one of hip-hop's biggest icons is shaking up conversations about the often unseen side of celebrity careers. It's opening the door for other artists to share their stories and for the public to question the ethical boundaries of the entertainment business. The fine line between mentorship, management, and exploitation is becoming more scrutinized. Diddy's legacy is complex, a visionary entrepreneur but also a figure wrapped in controversy. This admission adds another layer to that story, showing just how much power and money are tied to image and control in showbiz. As fans and observers, it's easy to be dazzled by success stories, but Diddy's admission forces us to confront the realities behind the glamour. Cassie's story isn't unique. Many artists have faced similar challenges navigating fame under the shadow of powerful gatekeepers. Will this revelation lead to meaningful change? Will artists gain more autonomy moving forward? Only time will tell. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into Diddy, Cassie, and the mysterious world of Freakoff parties. If you found this story eye-opening and want more juicy, exclusive celebrity insights, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you're always in the know.